Did you know a Boeing 747 is made up of over 6 billion individual parts? And yet somehow when you buy a simple bookshelf, you still end up with 3 leftover screws and a shelf that leans slightly to the left. Welcome to engineering and welcome back to All About Tech. Today we are looking at one of the greatest mysteries of modern travel. How do you take millions of metal parts, put them together, and somehow make a 100-ton machine flying through the skies? Let's start with where these giant metals are born. You can't exactly build a commercial airplane in your garage. Airplanes are assembled in some of the largest buildings on earth. In fact, the Boeing Everest factory in Washington state is so enormous that it once created its own weather. Before improvements were made to the ventilation systems, actual clouds would form near the ceiling and it would literally rain inside the building. Imagine showing up to work and being told, don't forget your hard hat and your umbrella. I've got mine. Building a commercial airplane is basically like assembling the world's most stressful Lego set. The difference is that if you lose a piece, no one says, well, we'll find it later. Now here's something interesting. Planes aren't made from solid steel. If they were, they'll struggle to get off the ground. Instead, engineers use incredibly strong but lightweight materials. The plane is built in giant sections, including the fuselage, wings, and tail. These sections are then brought together on a huge assembly line and connected with incredible precision.
Create.
But here's the crazy part. Building a plane with 6 million parts is impressive. Getting it into the air is even more impressive. After all, something that weighs hundreds of thousands of pounds should want to do only one thing for. So why doesn't it? The answer comes down to 4 invisible forces: weight, light, thrust, and drag. Weight pulls the aircraft down. The drag is the air that is trying to slow it down. To overcome them, engineers rely on thrust and lift. Let's talk about thrust first. Thrust comes from the jet engine. This engine pulls in enormous amounts of air, compressing it, mix it with fuel, and ignite it. The result blast of hot gas shouts out of the back of the engine and pushes the airplane forward at incredible speeds. A jet engine is basically the world's most aggressive air dryer. It dries your air and launches you across a continent. That's what I call a blowout. But thrust only moves the plane forward. To get it into the sky, you need lift. And this is where things get really interesting. Airplanes' wings aren't flat. They are carefully curved on the top and flattened beneath. As air flows around the wing, it moves faster over the curved top and slower underneath. Fast-moving air creates lower pressure. Slow-moving air creates higher pressure. That means the air underneath the wing pushes upward hard than the air above pushes downward. The result: a giant invisible force lifting hundreds of tons into the sky. It's basically like the air itself is giving the airplane a helping hand. Okay, quick boy stunt. We've just learned that an airplane only works because millions of different parts are performing their own unique jobs. The engines can't do the job of the wings. The wings can't do the job of the tail. Even the smallest parts matters. That reminds me of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 7, which says Christ gave each one of us a special gift. Each one received what Christ wanted to give him. Just like every airplane part has purpose, God has given every person unique gifts and abilities. Some people encourage others, some people create, some people teach, some people solve problems. We are not all meant to do the same thing. That's exactly what makes God's design so amazing. Now, speaking of wings, wait until you hear this. Most people think airplane wings are completely rigid. They are not. Modern airplane wings are designed to bend a lot. In testing, the wings of the aircraft, like the Boeing 787, can flex upward by more than 25 feet. That's taller than many houses. When you are sitting by the window and notice the wing moving, don't panic. It's supposed to do that. The flexibility helps absorb turbulence and reduce stress on the aircraft. If the wings were perfectly still, every gust of wind will shake the plane much more violently. Believe it or not, bending is actually part of what keeps the aircraft safe. Flexibility is one of the secrets of strength. The wing is basically doing yoga at 35,000 feet. Talk about flexible work schedule. So the next time you see a giant airliner crossing the sky at hundreds of miles per hour, remember this: you are looking at millions of parts working together perfectly, and you are looking at wings that bend like giant flying needles. Engineering is absolutely incredible, and if you thought airplanes were impressive, wait until you meet one of the smartest people who ever lived. In our next video, we are going to discover who Albert Einstein was and how he changed science forever, and why some of his ideas still shape our world today. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. One final fact before we go: a Boeing 747 contains over 150 miles of wiring. That's roughly the same distance as driving from one city to another, all hiding inside a single airplane. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to All About Tech for more amazing facts, and comment below what surprised you the most: the indoor waste storm factory, the bending wings, or the million airplane parts. We'd love to hear from you. God bless.